Well, I'm Johnny Scoville. Issues aplenty. And this is Chase the Heat. We're doing something different today. I've been adding the useless pieces of trivia because they're fun, they're useless, and I just like reading them. I have 10 useless pieces of trivia, and I have 10 super hots. So I'm going to eat a pepper and read you a silly, ridiculous piece of trivia, and we'll do it again. That's what we're going to do. The peppers come from Chris Vincent. So, Chris, thank you. I'm going to read this to you. Here are some Peach Mutant X. Got some of those for this challenge. They're hot. I've already reviewed them. Got some Chocolate Reapers. I got 4. I'm going to eat 4 Chocolate Reapers in this challenge because they're hotter. And then what I've listed as a Red Reaper, but he thinks it's probably a cross between a Red Reaper and a Mutant X, and I have 4 of those little numbers as well. All right, I've also included some of his tinctures, not to burn your face off, but a lot of great heat and flavor. More pods coming out. He's in St. Pete's. Chris Crops is his Instagram. I think I forgot to put Chris Crops in the last video. I apologize, I will do that, but please go check him out. All right. Oh, I gotta get my phone out here for these stupid, ridiculous pieces of trivia. All right, I got my knife here from May Knives. I love showing this one off. Got this. This was a gift from Tad from Harvest 912, and this is an absolutely spectacular knife. It was purchased in San Diego at a chili event. Damascus steel, desert iron desert ironwood. I believe that's what it is. Just beautiful, beautiful knife. Just gorgeous. And the outer is from a ship, either a hull or an anchor. I can't really recall. But it's a absolutely beautifully crafted piece of cutlery. Thank you, Tad, for that. All right, so we're going to eat the first one. So I have not eaten a mutant. He calls it, it's a Red Reaper, but it's really a mutant cross, it looks like, between a Reaper and the Mutant X. So here's the first one. Very interesting. Very interesting interior. Look at that. Smells hot. Smell it already. Sometimes peppers have a floral aroma. Sometimes they don't. This has a floral aroma. We'll see how it tastes. Thank you, Chris. I got issues, people. This is Chase the Heat. Fruity, hot. My tolerance is down. This is going to be a painful challenge. Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates from Psycho. He discovered that he was HIV positive by reading the National Enquirer. Listen to this. The article claimed that he was positive with it. It is suspected that someone illegally obtained his blood samples, had them tested, and then leaked that to the tabloids. How wrong a thing is that, huh? But I read that, I thought, wow, that's crazy. We'll go with the Mutant X this time, the Peach Mutant X. Whoops. Kind of a thick wall. This one has a thicker wall of the 3 pods, I believe. All right, so here's the second. Pluck that stem. Here's half. I don't eat the stem. I'm going to eat the stem. In one of the videos, I ate 2 of the peach. One was very sweet, one was not. This one was like the one that was not very sweet. Kind of a neutral, muddled flavor. Much better than the sweeter ones were, much more appealing. Birds. If you ever see birds on a power line, do you know if it's a windy day, every single one of those birds will be facing the same direction? Because birds are built front heavy, they experience less wind resistance when they fly into the wind. When it's not windy, most birds will face random directions, but when it's windy, they'll all be facing the same way. Who knew that? See a show of hands. A few bird people there. Excuse me. It's getting hot. We'll go with the chocolate Reaper now. Gnarly looking little interior of this thing. Very, very earthy, smoky, hot. It's very, very slightly floral, but my ears are starting to burn, which means an endorphin rush is coming kind of early. Pizza Hut once sued Papa John's, claiming that the slogan, "Better ingredients, better pizza," is false advertising. Listen to this. David Novak was the president of Pizza Hut at the time. He took issue with a phrase that led people to believe that Papa John's used superior ingredients without providing proof. So he sued them. All right, so we're going with another Peach Mutant X this time. Now watch, when I cut this one open, I'll show you, you're gonna see that it's a thicker wall than the other ones. This is just a thicker walled pod. Very, very, this one has a citrusy aroma to it. Here we go. Because I have a higher tolerance, even if it's low now, it's still higher than most. I can taste things that other people can't. When those yellow, or the peach Mutant X have a sweetness to it, they are really, really tasty. But when they're not, it's not my favorite pod. All right, next one. Pinball was illegal. Pinball, the game, was illegal for 30 years in many major U.S. cities because politicians thought it must have had, it was run by the mob. That's what they thought. Politicians thought that pinball games were based on chance, and the ban ended when master pinball player was called in front of a committee to demonstrate his skill. Do you believe that? Do you believe that, people? We're going with another Red Reaper, which is that mutant cross. Whew, getting hot, people. The red ones taste better to me than the peach ones. Piece of trivia, I lived in Vermont for quite a period of time. Former U.S. President Calvin Coolidge, from Vermont, enjoyed playing tricks on his bodyguards. Calvin Coolidge would buzz his bodyguards. Buzz? How'd he buzz them? You think they had buzzers back then? He'd buzz his bodyguards and hide under his desk when they frantically searched for him. Funny guy. I bet a lot of nonsense like that happens. Another, boy, this is a little chocolate Reaper. Nasty little creature. Most of your chili heads at this point would stop talking. That's my superpower. I can eat them, but I can keep talking. Listen to this. The government had to step in to correct deceptive bacon packaging in the year 1974. In 1974, listen to this. The federal government intervened in 74 by enacting strict regulations requiring that a representative slice be made visible through a transparent window. You see, what they were doing was there was no window, and they were giving you not the best quality bacon. Sure, there's probably a picture of it, but inside didn't look like it, so they made you do a window. 1974, people. All right, so let's go to, we'll do another Red Reaper Mutant combo. These are tasty, but wicked hot. I'm getting an endorphin rush. You gotta love off-season pod challenges. You get quite an endorphin rush from it. Oh. Ah. so buzzed right now. All right, scientists were bewildered when trees they grew in a sealed biosphere kept falling over. They eventually figured out that the biosphere was lacking wind, which provides the stress needed to ensure trees grow strong enough to support themselves. In other words, if you have a place with no wind at all, the trees never get stressed out. They never, so the first gust, anything at all will make them fall over. You believe that? You have to. They wouldn't print it if it wasn't true, right? 3 more. We'll go with a chocolate Reaper this time. I'm lit, people. Seriously. I feel really good. My fingers are tingling, my toes are tingling. Stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you something really strange that happened to me today. My eyes are watering. This is a good one. African wild dogs vote on important pack matters by sneezing. I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. African wild dogs take part in the high-energy greeting ceremonies that occur before the pack moves, and they gauge the pack interest with audible, rapid nasal exhalations. You heard it. All right, so we have 2 more. I'll finish on a chocolate Reaper. So here's another red mutant. This is number 9 for those counting. Ooh, that one was the sweetest of the red ones so far. Oh. That one tasted really good. A 19-year-old spoke to her mom on the phone for an hour while she was being eaten alive by a bear and its cubs. Sorry, I should have said this is PG. Olga Moskalovoya and her father were attacked while camping while her father... it happened. I'm not even going to read any more of that one. I'm sorry, people. I probably should have looked through that one a little bit more carefully. It's a little bit gnarly. And look at the complete... ridiculous placenta on the last one of these. That crazy? Pregnant women, seriously ill people, and many kids relied on beer rather than water during Victorian times. Rotten meat, infected vegetables, and raw sewage getting into the well water, amongst other disgusting food and drinks, meant that alcohol killed the germs, which was your safest bet. So everybody back then drank alcohol. There you have it. So let me tell you something funny that happened to me today. It was really weird. It's the first time this has ever happened. I was at church this morning. I went to use the restroom. On the way back from the restroom, this man walked up to me, and he wasn't kidding. It was so weird. He goes, "Hey man, anybody ever tell you look like Johnny Scoville?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you kind of look like Johnny Scoville." I said, "I get that sometimes." He wasn't kidding. Wow, it's pretty weird. Anyway, that's a great challenge. I feel amazing. My heat is probably only at about a 2 right now. That's because of the endorphins. I am lit. I just ate 10 Superhots from Chris Vinacette. Lovely. Hope you guys have a great day. Listen, I'm going to do another bike ride today. I'm going to try to find a flat spot. Everything is just one hill after the other. Then I'll hop in the pool again. I'll eat a pepper in the pool. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Who's got 2 thumbs and loves you guys? This guy. In the description box, you'll see all the normal stuff. Right there is the bus. Right there is the boat. Challenges, Pepperology. I'm Johnny Scoville. I have issues. And this was Chase the Heat.